All right, Shalom. This is Harawan by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. I want to go through this quick topic, man. I saw on a social media post. It says Mark McCarney, dollar is too dominant and could be replaced by digital currency. All right, and this comes from the Bank of England, was basically the Bank of England is over there in what you call the UK, the United Kingdom, which is ran by Britain in England. Now you have this guy here, McCarney. He's a governor over the Bank of England. Now, the Bank of England, which basically monitors the IMF, and the IMF is the International Monetary Fund, which runs the SDRs, which is the special drawing rights, which is all, I think 189 countries that are involved in a certain amount of basket of currencies, which the dollar is the dominant currency in that basket right now. So, all nations have to buy into the dollar if they want to buy and trade, because that's what makes it the world currency through the IMF and the World Bank, which was established by the IMF. All right. Now, with that being said, they're moving away from that dollar fiat currency and they're moving towards a digital currency. And he's calling for a new world currency, man. All right, check this out. This is from the Financial Times. Now you have idiots like these other camps that's teaching that the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast. So their people are not going to take heed to the warning. You know, they don't understand the financial market, the financial times. All right, it's a time that we're in to where it's prophetic. To where the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, is about to get pushed on a world scale. Any nation that's part of the IMF, they're going to cause all those nations to get the RFID chip and push it on their countries. Now you have Russia and China. They have a backup plan to where they plan on separating from the SDRs so where they can pull away from the dollar and away from Western Europe and control their own basket of currency and base it on what? Gold, base it on the yuan, which is backed by gold, base it on the ruble or the renminbi, and also the ruble. And they want to base it on XRPs, which is XRPs is like the highest form of cryptocurrency or blockchain. All right. And that's what Russia is moving towards. So it's like two fashions of Esau, Satan divided against Satan. So now you have the UK trying to beat them to the punch, and they have their governor of the BOE, the Bank of England, coming out saying he wants to what? Mark Carney, it says US dollar, Mark Carney calls for a global monetary system to replace the dollar. You know what I mean? So this is prophecy, man. And that's this year. Like this week, Mark Carney calls for global. That's the temptation that's going to come upon all the world. And that's a question I asked to Zabak and ISUBK. What's the temptation that's going to come upon all the world? It has to be a pressure, something that's going to pressure you into it, make you want to you won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to eat. You won't be able to live anywhere. You know, you won't be able to get into certain places without that chip. You won't be able to work. So that's a temptation. All right, they're gonna make you. They're gonna try to force you to yield to their system, and that's why certain people are going to receive the mark, but the so-called but the hopeful elect, they're not going to get that chip, man. All right, they see it coming, and the Lord gonna protect them. Mark Carney calls for a global monetary system to replace the dollar, man. And the dollar was made the world currency. All right, and then they stole it. They took all the gold and silver away from the dollar, and they started what? Printing, doing hyperinflation. QE1, QE2, QE3. Now they're going to QE4, QE5, QE2 infinity. Quantitative easing, man. They're going to give out loans to print more money to pay off the loans. Now there's so much money printed, but there's still not enough money to pay off the debt of America. All right, that's why the scriptures say, "Woe unto them that have laden themselves with thick debt." Now verbatim. All right, because the more dollars that are created, the more they have to create debt to create them dollars, because it's based upon debt. It's a debt note. So to create dollars, they have to create more debt. So they have to go into debt with more countries. All right, and borrowing, so they can continue to hyperinflate and create the dollars, man. Now you have the SDR basket, which is through the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, ran by the UK. They've been robbing these nations of their resources through that basket of currencies. Through what? The dollar. For you to maintain the currencies in that basket, you would have to buy more of the dollar just to keep the maintenance up every month. And the SDR basket, the special drawing rights, is based upon every currency for the certain nations, wherever they're at in the stock market or their economy, that's where their currency is at. So if you buy into the dollar, if you buy into the yuan, if their economy booms, then your investment booms. If the economy depletes, then you have to still pay upon that maintenance, paying more and more because it devalued. So now you have to get more dollars in hyperinflation to pay off that difference. So the SDR basket is a trick basket, man. So it's a trap, a magic hat, man, of Esau, make your money disappear and your resources. So now they're calling for a global monetary, meaning money, something that's called monetary, which actually comes from one of their pagan idols, right? Where they used to do idol worship at and sacrifice. But it represents what? Monetary note or money. All right, something cash at hand, something more readily available. And that's going to be the chip. Because the dollars, they don't have enough dollars in circulation to pay off the debt, the trillions of dollars of debt. All right. So they're going to run out of that. It says, new approach, see, New World Order, would alleviate influence of capital outflows, BOE, Bank of England governor says. See, it says Mark Carney, the Bank of England governor, this was a couple months ago, 2019, has said that the world's reliance on the US dollar won't hold and needs to be replaced by a new international monetary and financial system based on many more global currencies, man. So what is that? It's going to be that chip. And the chip is going to be backed by all these different currencies and oil and shit like that. Just like Venezuela did. They switched to the crypto system, blockchain system, and backed it by oil. Now they're going to push that chip and they're going to back that by whatever it's going to be backed by. It says it won't hold and needs to be replaced by a new international monetary, see, New World Order, financial system based on many more global currencies. And it's, all right, so I'm gonna skip down. It says, in the longer term, the IMF could change the game by building a multipolar system, he said. It's crazy, man. I'm gonna skip down here, man. It's get interesting. This is one of his quotes. The deficiencies of the international monetary and financial system have become increasingly potent. Even a passing acquaintance with monetary history suggests that this century won't hold. Now, this is the point. Where is it at? Here you go. It says, in the long, central banks have lost much of their clout. In the longer term, Mr. McCartney said the solution was to create a multipolar global economy rather than waiting for China's renminbi to change the dollar. See, they want to, dang, it's crazy. They want to hurry up and beat China and Russia to the punch. They don't want China and Russia to take the lead. So they're trying to hurry up and do it. They want to switch it ahead of time, keep control. That's the name of the game. They want control and order out of chaos. All right, they create the market collapse and crash, and then try to claim they bring in the solution. For this, he suggested more thought should be given to the creating of global electronic currency. I'll read that again. For this, all right, so for this, so to beat China's renminbi, all right, over challenging the dollar, it says he suggested more thought should be given to the creating of a global electronic currency that could act as a synthetic hegemony currency, provided perhaps through a network of central bank digital currencies, man. It's crazy, yo. So a network of central bank digital currencies. And what they're going to push is that blockchain cryptocurrency, where it takes your name into a registry and builds a catalog for you. All right. And tracks your every move from that point. All right, within that system. But once you get that chip, you'll be tracked. You'll be owned. And that's what's going to be the topping on the cake, the capstone on it. All right, that's what they aim for. The top of their pyramid, which would be that RFID chip. It says this could dampen the domineering influence of the U.S. dollar on global trade. So that means the dollar is what? The main thing that America trades. So the dollar would have what? A recession and then a depression, meaning everybody would dump the dollars. They wouldn't buy into the dollars no more. And that's what you're witnessing right now as we speak today. The recession, the collapse, the crash. They're all dumping dollars and they're moving towards this new system and these other currencies. All right. He said, meaning that U.S. shocks would not reverberate around the world as they do now. Wow. So it would mainly hit America. All right. I saw this on social media. It said U.S. Marines reserve units activated for emergency within the United States, which will come with little warning. All right. Cites threats in the homeland. So something major could happen, man, which is going to shake the markets. And America's in a recession right now. So a recession leaves America open to a collapse or a crash at any second, man. So this is major. And and you have the higher ups, which is the IMF. All right, the IMF, these are the IMF member states. You see here? These are all the IMF member states right here. All right, and it says what? And the one that's in that bright color, IMF member states not accepting the obligation of Article 8, Sections 2, 3, and 4. So these nations, or the smaller ones, they're not with it fully. But these are all going to be pushed. They're going to push that new currency on all these countries, even Russia. All right, if they want to do deals with the Europe or with America or with, the system that's in place now, because they're going to replace the dollar with the chip, and it's happening, man. That's why Pastor Hart put out this, the year of the chip. They got the system in place, and now they're ready to bring it out in the open. to display it for the world. And that's why the scriptures say that. All right, Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, man. So America is going to have what? There's a video I saw.
Strike when he travels to China next month.
No, I think this would be the time, because you really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, financial world order. They are kind of reluctant members of the IMF. They play along, but they don't make much of a contribution because it's not their institution. Their share is not commensurate. Their voting rights are not commensurate to their weight. So I think you need a new world order, that China has to be part of the process of creating it, and they have to buy in. They have to own it the same way as, let's say, the United States owns the Washington Consensus, the current order. And I think this would be a more stable one, where you would have a coordinated policies. I think the makings of it are already there, because the G20, in agreeing to peer reviews, effectively is moving in that system. And actually, the special drawing rights do give you the makings of a system. And I think it's ill-considered on the part of the United States to resist the wider use of special drawing rights. They could be very, very useful now when you have a global shortfall of demand. You could actually internationally create currency through special drawing rights.
Man, yeah. Hey, you heard that, right? He said, that devil said, America only option in a recession, when all the countries start dumping the dollar as they're doing now. If Russia and China ever pulled away from the dollar, which they did, they unpegged their currencies from the dollar. They went to cryptocurrency and the gold and things like that. Now, and oil. And now he's saying what? America's only option would be to use the special drawing rights. And what's the special drawing rights? Being able to what? Create their own currency. All right? Create their own currency and draw from that. Meaning create their own currency, which is backed by all the currencies in the basket. Still, and they'll deplete the dollar. But in the mix, they'll create a new currency, which will be the world currency in that basket, still with the dollar in place. So that's the only option they got while this system is in place, is before it crashes, is to hurry up and push the RFID chip and make it the world currency instead of the dollar. Just like they took the gold standard from back in the dollar. It's gonna be like another Nixon shock, but it might be a Trump shock or whatever, to where everybody's forced to get the chip, and they force that as the world currency in the basket of currencies on the IMF nations. All right, all those IMF nations, man. And then they would have to do that before anybody ever switched to China's leading currency as the gold. They would have to what? Everybody would have to shift over to that new system and then go back and adjust everything. That's the only card. That's the wild card that America's going to pull. That's why the scriptures say this, man. They're going to be pressured by the dragon, Europe, and the NATO countries, man, through the UK and with Britain and England. It says, Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image is the system, man. That's the New World Order system. All right, that the image of the beast is NATO and all those European countries, which is basically the dragon, European Union, NATO, UK, their banking system, should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's their goal. That's why Elon Musk is coming out with all this technology. They pushing fast for it, man. Why they moving so quick? What they racing for? See? What it is, they pushing towards their new world order system because they know that they have but a short time. And you still have the scoffers. You still have the false prophets that's teaching otherwise. All right? So they're going to cause all, both small and great, to receive a mark. What's that? Charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead, a prick into their hand. All right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, either purpose or that count, of a what? Of being able to buy or sell, man. And that's what people want. They want to be able to buy, sell, buy a house, buy this, pay their bills, anything. And you won't be able to do that once they switch over. All right, so you have to make a choice. And if you don't have the foundation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and truth, he said knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that time, not your own understanding. This is, where was that? Okay, Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, man. All right. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as mighty as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So talking about Russia, China, all these countries, man. And if they were to come into America, they would come through Canada or through South America. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All right, this land of the Magi, the land of the damn immigrants, people coming over here, just migrating here, man. That's what the Chaldeans did, and they were damn witches, idolaters. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh. So everybody how they gonna spoil America? Through these backdoor deals, through them cutting America off, through the weak saying they're strong, making bigger deals with these other nations, right? America becoming a third world country, them taking the lands in this place, but eventually they're going to destroy it, all right? The Lord going to put it in their heart to destroy it. It says what? Because ye were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, right? They destroyed the children of Israel in this place, especially through the knowledge. Because ye are grown fat as an heifer at grass and bellows as bulls, man. So everybody got rich in this society. That's what they call this, the golden city. All right. Now it says what? Everybody was living an American dream. Now it's about to become a nightmare. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. So America, the mother of America, what? England. That way you have all the courts, even the postal system, the postage system that's in America is based upon the Bank of England or England. All right, all your court systems, is based upon England. The IRS is in place because of England and your birth certificate. All right, so that's what established America. Now, with what? The World Bank tied to the IMF, all right, and establishment of that dollar. So now England is ashamed of America and they want to do away with the dollar. They said, all right, I'm gonna read it again. Mark McCartney says the dollar is too dominant and could be replaced by digital currency. And it's the Bank of England governor, the Bank of England. All right, and this is check this out, man. I just wanted to read this real quick. It says English, the 7 remaining countries without banks owned by the Rothschild family: Abkhazia, Bolivia, Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Russia, and Syria. And that's why they're trying to get ownership in these places. See, I'm trying to show you the hand in the puppet's back. That hand is who? Esau, the Illuminati, the chief house of Esau, Amalek, some damn devils. And they the shadow government. They're the ones that's pushing this, man. All right. And ultimately, it's to bring about their own demise. And they're the ones that made America rich, and they're going to spoil America. All this is prophetic. Revelation 17 and 10. All right. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast, man. All right, that's them European nations, what you call NATO and the European Union. And these have one mind. See, they all came together, called the Illuminati, right? The damn secret government, secret societies, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. And they definitely gave all their resources and money to the system so they could all get rich off of it. All right, to NATO. And the spearhead of NATO, the whore that rides upon the beast, is America. And now they're ready to push her off. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. All right. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings. It's talking about Yahushua. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So it's talking about the hopeful elect. All right. In the heavens and the ones that's upon the earth. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Talking about America, the melting pot. All right, just like Babylon. That's why America is called the daughter of Babylon. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, all right, upon NATO, this NATO, these shall hate the whore, man. And they hate America right now. All right. They're turning against her. And shall make her desolate and naked, strip her of all her riches. And they're going to do that by what? Crashing the dollar. All right. It says, in 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, man. Ultimately cause World War III to happen, to where America gets destroyed. All right. And they think they're going to be able to hide in bunkers, but the Lord going to search them out as well. All right. This is all the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, to have these devils destroy themselves. Now, by their greed, but by what? It says shall make her desolate and naked. Now, by doing that, that's when Revelation 13 comes into play at. It calls it all, both small and great, to receive that mark. All right. And somebody like Trump or the president, all they got to do is announce it. And now they switch from the dollar to what? The RFID chip. And that will have the IMF and those elite bankers say, yes, now you took our advice. You know, like that's what the Rothschilds always been doing. Tricking everybody, man, with the banking system. And they get America to buy into it and get that chip. Push the chip. Then now America has a new world currency, man. All right. And then that's when Russia and China will have to really just go to war with America and destroy it. This is for Yahweh have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. All right. It says Ezekiel 3 and 17. This for people like Zabak and them, man, HOI and all them different camps and IUIC that say that RFID chip is not the mark of the beast. Well, they about to push it, man, and they're going to announce it real soon. And it has to happen for America to exist as a world currency. If not, they're going to force it on America either way, because America is not going to have a currency or anything to back it by. All right. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Right. We're supposed to hear the word, read the scriptures, break them down and teach our people, man. Not you can just get you stupid if you get the chip, but it's not in the Bible. No, the scripture said plainly. If you get that in your hand or in your forehead or anywhere in your body, you have become owned by this system. All right. Having a bond, having a straw man, that's different. That's a bondage that can be taken away. All right. A card, that's different. A debit card, you can render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You can throw it away or whatever. Switch companies, anything. Currencies could be changed. But if you get it in your body, you overstepped your boundaries now. Your body is the temple of Yahweh. He owns us. So if you do that, you saying you belong to the devil and his system. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die. And when he's saying that, I'm going to get that scripture after this. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So people like Zabak and these false prophets, all their followers, their blood is going to be required at their hands. All right? Because he surely said if anybody get that chip, they're going to die, man. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. This is Revelations 14:8. There followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen. It's fallen, man. So America's finally about to fall, yo. That great city, America, right? Because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, idolatry, and lies and deception in his system. Right? He called it had power to give life unto the system of the beast and that idolatry and their philosophies. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, all right, so any man, any person, any human being, if you worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead, so if you're a man of children of Israel, because the women and children, they're going to be saved through you. So if you're a man in this truth, and you get that chip, then you're going to have your part with the wicked. He's going to cut you asunder with the wicked. If you're 2/3 and you're in this world, you're going to be, you're going to wind up getting that chip, man. All right. Because it's going to come upon all the world. Everybody got to make a choice, and it's going to be a witness against you. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive, if you take that mark, Zabak, if you receive his mark in his forehead, so any of your camp members, they say Zabak said it's not in the scriptures, so that can't be talking about that. It's not talking about philosophies, man. This is a physical mark, all right? A cut into the hand or in the body to where they put a device inside you. All right, it says a digit. That's what the scriptures say, a digit. Talking about an account, man, a number. And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. All right. And the other scripture says hands, plural. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And you can't say it's philosophies because the New World Order, they're going into a New World Order, man. World Order. So their whole philosophy, to buy into their philosophy, you're going to have a symbol or a badge. And it's going to be that RFID chip. They're going to do away with IDs and all of that, man. They're not going to deal with any of that. Your ID is going to be that chip. All right. Radio frequency identification device. So how can you show that you had the philosophies and all that bullshit in the New World Order? You're going to have the chip. Zabak. So it says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh. So you're going to drink that cup of destruction, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He's going to be pissed off. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right. It says, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai, man, which is what? The spirit of prophecy.